right, Makeup Geeks, you guys have all been asking what I do to get my foundation looking the way it is. I like to call it a velvet skin because it's a very velvet application, but I do something different for the winter time because it's cooler out. You can put on a little bit heavier of a foundation, so I want to show you guys what I do to achieve that. It's raining outside, so in celebration of that, you guys know I have to have my homemade coffee, but do you like my fancy cup here? This is so Marlena. I got this at the Victoria's Secret store. It says I'm not a morning person, but it's cute. It has the pink letters. So me, right? So anyways, let's just have a casual fun time together where I just show you guys how to put on your foundation. So pull it all out and let's get started on our velvet face. All right, so the first step to our velvet foundation routine is to cover these eye bags. I have eye bags that go on for days. These are like Louis Vuitton eye bags right here because they are that intense. I'm going to take some concealer. I want an orange-based one. I love the Eve Pearl one. I'm using the color tan because you have to hide the dark circles. You can't use a light concealer. It has to be an orange-based one, and it needs to be a shade or two darker than your skin. So just apply that right under the eyes. Okay, now that you have orange under your eyes, you want to take a foundation. I love the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I'm not just going to use one color. I'm going to use two colors. I like the color 1W2 and then 2W2. And I'll explain why in a second. Okay, so take the lighter one. We're going to put this on your face. So I just dot it. And then I take a beauty blender and I wet it so it puffs up a little bit, squeeze out the excess water so now it's nice and squishy. I know it's not dirty, it's just stained. So all you're gonna do, you guys, is pat it on, and you want most of the foundation to be in the center of your face. So apply it in here, and then you start to go towards the edge of your face. That way you don't have that harsh line of foundation. Okay, now the shade darker foundation you're going to put on your neck. The reason I do this is once you guys start to contour and add your blush and all that, it makes your face darker already. So that's why I like to do one shade darker on the neck. I'm going to put some streaks right here at the top of my neck. That's where you want most of your color. And then what you guys are going to do is pat it and then start to blend it down so it fades as it goes down your neck. Okay, now it's time for powder to set everything. If you have dry skin, you could skip this step. For me, I have a combination, so I could use a little bit of powder because I get shiny. I love the Maybelline Dream Wonder powder. You guys have to try it. It's talc-free. It's very smooth. It's amazing. What I like to do is take a thin sponge like this, pick up just a little bit because you want to use the least amount of powder possible. You don't want to have a cakey face, just so you know. Put most of the powder in the center of your face. So your forehead, your nose, your chin, because that's where you get most of the oil. Put a little bit under the eyes to set that concealer. Okay, now it's time for contouring. I love using the Bobbi Brown one in Golden Light. It's just a matte kind of bronzer. Do you see how it's just a few shades darker than my skin? But again, you want it to be matte finish. If you have fair skin, go for something like a taupey brown. Don't get anything warm because it could look really orange on your face. But if you have medium to dark skin, get something a little bit warmer. We'll do a separate video on that later. All right, so I'm taking the Makeup Geek Angled Stippling Brush. And you guys, with this brush, I swear this is so easy. Let me show you the 1-minute contouring. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link to that at the end as well. All right, so all you guys are going to do is literally just put this under the cheekbone. Stop about halfway, so don't come in any further than this because then you look like you have a beard and no one wants a beard. So stipple that on. Come up alongside the temple a little bit too. Okay, do you guys see how the contour powder already darkened my face a bit? That's why I do lighter foundation on the face, a little bit darker on the neck to kind of balance it out. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put some chapstick on. My lips are dry this morning. Don't know what happened, but they're a little chapped. Okay. All right, the brows, I like to use two different pencils, and I use inexpensive ones because they work great. I use the Rimmel brow pencils. This is the dark brown one, and then I also use the color Hazel. So the dark brown, what I'm going to do, you guys, is put it just under the brow line and then the lighter one on top. So all I do is kind of short strokes to kind of fill that in and create a nice crisp line. Okay, then take the lighter color and we're just going to fill on top. Like I have a little bald spot right here, so just kind of fill that in. Okay, then what I like to do is clean up the brows. I'm going to use the MAC Studio Finish Concealer and just an angled kind of brow brush like this. All I do is carve the under part of the brow just to clean it up. So do kind of a line like this. Use my finger to blend it out a little bit. And then all I do is set my brows because they're cray-cray. They're a little bit curly and really coarse. It's really weird because my brows are kind of thin, but the hairs are coarse and go all over the place. So I have to set them with a gel. Anyone who's touched my brows are like, woo, Marlena's brows. All right, I'm going to use the Benefit Give Me Brow in the color Taupe. I like to go a little bit lighter because my skin is fair. If I do like a dark brown gel, it's like, it looks like Sharpie brows. They're too dark. So I got to go lighter. So we're just going to comb this through. Then from here, all you guys have to do is just apply mascara, lip gloss, and it's such an easy everyday look to where you look really polished and put together. Your skin's very velvety, but it's very daytime appropriate because we don't really have any other makeup on. I will say this, if you guys have the powder on and you feel like it looks a little bit dry for some reason, you could take like a Max Fix Plus spray. I'm actually using a formula that I'm working on right now that's amazing and it smells so good. I cannot wait to launch that for you guys. It'll be probably next spring because we're still trying to get the packaging lined up. Packaging is not fun. Okay, so all you have to do is mist your face. Oh, that smells so good. All you have to do is mist your face a little bit. It's going to set in and it's going to make the powder make sure the makeup lasts all day, but like a setting mist is what's going to give you kind of that dewy look, but yet you won't look greasy. It's really weird. It's kind of counterintuitive because it's like, wait, you put powder on and then you wet your face. That doesn't make sense. I swear it works. I promise. So do you see how my skin looks so velvety? I don't have any redness showing through. My eye bags are bye-bye. So hopefully that gives you guys some great ideas of how to get that velvet looking skin without having it perfect underneath, because my skin's not as great either, but can hide that stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys have fun with your makeup and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, do you guys see how the